Hi, I'm Dr. Joe Nemeth. I'm a periodontist in Southfield, Michigan, and I want to talk a little bit today about gum recession. Now, I do a lot of gum recession correction, a lot of gum recession treatment, but a lot of people would like to know what they can do to prevent or minimize gum recession. So let's talk about some of the things. First of all, let's talk about toothbrushing. I think a manual toothbrush is better to use than an electric toothbrush. I think you can control it better, and it tends not to traumatize the tissue as much as an electric toothbrush can. Now, when you're using a manual toothbrush, do not hold it with your fist, because that means you're probably going to be scrubbing. Hold it with the fingertips and just carefully and gently brush. And when you brush down on the upper teeth and up on the lower teeth, as opposed to going back and forth, which again can contribute to recession. Also, you want to use a soft toothbrush. This is a soft toothbrush. They now have ultra soft toothbrushes like this, and this is a bit more expensive, but the bristles are extremely soft, and I've used them myself, and even though it doesn't really feel like it, they do a very good job of cleaning. If one does use an electric toothbrush, hold the electric toothbrush like this between your fingertips, so you're not going to put a lot of pressure on with the electric brush if you're using one. I think a manual brush is better because I do think it can be controlled better. Other things that can contribute to recession are smoking or vaping, because smoking, you're exposing the tissue to nicotine. What does nicotine do? It causes a constriction of the blood vessels that go to the gum tissue. And when that gum tissue doesn't get an adequate blood supply, it's much more likely to recede because it's not being nourished properly. So avoid vaping, avoid smoking, avoid exposure to nicotine, particularly if you're concerned about gum recession. Now, once gum recession starts, it tends to progress. You can do things to minimize its progression, but it does have a tendency to progress throughout time unless some action is taken to prevent it. And we do something like that here, where we build up the gum tissue, thicken it, and cover the roots to slow down the progress of that gum recession. Because when the gum recedes, the bone recedes along with it, and it's very important not to lose that gum so that you don't lose that bone. Well, what else can you do to minimize gum recession? You still need to keep your teeth clean in between the teeth, which means flossing or interdental stimulators, which I actually prefer to the flossing. Also, let's talk a little bit about orthodontics or braces. Very often, orthodontics are necessary, but most of the patients that I see that have recession have had braces or orthodontics sometime in the past, and sometimes that recession may occur a year, 5, 10, 20 years after the orthodontics is removed. But it just seems as though that tissue is more predisposed to recession after orthodontic treatment. So at any rate, if you're careful, you can maybe avoid gum recession. Don't traumatize your tissue. If you have gum recession, take some of the measures I talked about to minimize further progression of it. Or if it's severe and continuing to progress, give us a call, because we use the pinhole treatment mainly to treat gum recession, preventing bone loss, preventing further gum recession, and covering the roots as much as possible. So keep your mouth healthy. You'll be healthier. Have a great day.
Restore your smile and your health. Visit drnemeth.com to schedule your appointment today.